Hi friends! I have to show you what I'm looking at right now.
The gang's all here.
It's been a second or two since I've been on YouTube.com, and I hope you're hanging in there. I've been sort of up and down and sideways, but I'm on the upside right now, and that means take advantage of this good mood and film. But first, I want to start off this video by saying Black Lives Matter, and those three words should be so obvious, and yet somehow the world doesn't reflect that. Black lives absolutely, indisputably matter, and have always mattered, and I will be donating the ad revenue from this video to two organizations, one being the Loveland Foundation, which provides therapy and mental health resources for Black women and girls, and the Black Trans Travel Fund, which pays for private car rides for Black trans women so they have safer transportation options. So feel free to watch all of the ads like you've never watched them before. And in the meantime, I cannot wait to play with the cutest makeup. All of Beauty Bakerie's products look like baking ingredients. They're just sweets in general, and it gives me this warm, fuzzy feeling. And on top of being aggressively cute, Beauty Bakerie is cruelty-free, has tons of vegan options, and it is a Black woman-owned brand, so say no more. I remember being a kid thinking,
I will never grow out of things that are cute.
And I was correct. Really, nothing has changed. I'm first going to try this baking oil for the face. Baking tips. Gently massage 2 to 3 drops onto clean skin. Allow the baking oil to absorb into skin before applying makeup. Typical, I'm already breaking the rules. It says to massage onto clean skin, but I already put on lotion and primer and a tinted sunscreen. But it is the typical stuff that I put on my face before I apply makeup anyway, so I think it's okay.
I'm such a rule breaker.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I was not prepared for this massage. What the heck? I think I wanted to say massage and spa at the same time. It smells kind of like lemons. It's fresh. My face gets so red as soon as I touch it. My skin is so sensitive, just like its mother. Am I my skin's mother? That felt weird to say. But the good news is I get to cover it up with some foundation. The truth is I got into this yesterday. I tried it and it didn't work for me yesterday, so I'm hoping that my skin is just having a new day. So there is a foundation quiz on beautybakerie.com, and it was very enjoyable. It asks questions to get to know your skin tone, so whether or not you look better with gold or silver jewelry or both. Do you look better in wearing the color white or cream? So it was fun questions like that, and it ended up recommending me 349W. Oh, no, Ted, come back. Ted, no. Bye, Ted. We've lost one. So this is the carton of beauty sponges. This might be my favorite packaging. It's one of those things that makes me want to like bite something. It's just so cute. Look at them. The little babies. These are the cutest sponges since SpongeBob, and that's saying a lot. It is firmer than the Beauty Blender, and I think I do prefer them softer. Let's just see if it does the same thing as yesterday or not, because maybe my skin was just having a day. And if Hannah Montana taught us anything, everybody has those days. Everybody gets that way. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Okay. Also, I made a mental note to share this with you. I read that Beauty Bakerie was the first brand to arrange their foundations from darkest to lightest, and after they did that, a bunch of other brands followed suit. I love that fun fact. I think I'm still having a similar problem where as I blend it into my skin, the foundation kind of bounces off. Do you see how the redness is poking through? Instabake is a full coverage formula, effortlessly covers anything left in its wake. So maybe it's the sponge, it's just eating it. I've decided to put my theory to the test, and I'm going to use my regular beauty blender with this foundation. So this foundation just doesn't get along with my skin for whatever reason. As for the color, I think actually I think that's pretty good. But whenever I say something looks good, I will be editing and then I'm like,
oh my gosh, it looks so bad.
so I'm going to do two options. Oh my gosh, this color looks really good. Oh no, this color, it's so bad it doesn't go at all. We still have a long way to go. Let's trust the process. I'm not worried. Are you worried? I know I said that the egg carton of beauty sponges was my favorite packaging, but I also have a very large part in my heart for the loose face powder, just a little baggie of flour. And the first one I'm gonna go in with is in the color Oat. It is a translucent powder. I think I usually work with a translucent powder that looks more like my skin tone rather than white. Also putting it everywhere I would crease. This feels wrong. Now the second powder I got is tanner, and I like to put a tanner powder in the same places where I would add blush and contour. And this is in the Comer. Did I just say Comer? This is in the color Plantain Caramel. That's to tan. So what I'm going to do is mix it with this Oat translucent powder. Okay, that was probably a little bit too much, but that's okay. You just have to chugga into the lid. The lid. Why don't you want to come out? Ah! Let's see if this works.
No.
My face is having some serious issues right now, and so I'm going to go put on my regular face makeup. I'm back with this clean canvas. I would not be surprised if you can't see a difference on camera because that's usually how these things go, but I'm telling you there is a major difference IRL. My skin is no longer patchy. Oh, I wanted to point out, I didn't notice this until I was doing my makeup, but inside of the box that the Beauty Bakerie Insta Bake Foundation went in,
There's a little spatula.
if you weren't already feeling hungry, this might change that because this is a face palette that looks like a Neapolitan bar. Just creating music. And now for the bones of the cheek. Whoa. Pretty color. She isn't a blush where you just barely tap it and then suddenly your cheek is the color that's in the pan. It's buildable. Build-A-Bear. While I spend entirely too much time on my blush, I suppose I could catch you up on what I've been up to. I actually read somewhere that this was a thing. I guess as soon as quarantine hit, everybody had the same idea to rewatch the Twilight series, and I was one of those people. I know it's a trend to hate Twilight, but I love Twilight. I of course read all of the Twilight books and I went to all of the midnight premieres and I was that girl with fangs and I would wear fake blood and I still have my Twilight, New Moon, Breaking Dawn t-shirts.
Can't forget about Eclipse.
I think I read the books at the end of middle school and beginning of high school, and that aligned with the years that I was in a relationship with a boy who just messed me up.
It's weird that I had this whole life that you've never even heard about, because how would you have heard about it? I didn't have a YouTube channel back then, thank goodness. I had a 4-year toxic relationship, and then a year passed, and then I went on to have a 7-year good relationship. And then I'll think, well, maybe someday I'll make a video like Dear High School Me, where I talk about these life experiences that shaped who I am today.
And so Twilight for me is almost like a time capsule, and when I rewatch it, it just takes me back to that time. Oh my gosh, especially New Moon, that scene where Bella is sitting there depressed and the months just pass by her and that song Possibility is playing. I remember when I first saw that bawling my eyes out because the movie captured it. The worst feeling in the world, being heartbroken and it just ruining every single piece of joy in your life. Oh! And so one could say that I am a lover of Twilight, to put it lightly, but to put it accurately, I am probably the #1 fan of Twilight.
So as you can tell, I have re-fallen in love with the Twilight series as well as Robert Pattinson.
But I need to pause to apply some highlight, and I have 2 highlights to work with. I have this pressed highlight, and then I'm going to go in with this loose highlight that comes in a little carton of ice cream. I'm holding back from saying the C word. Cute. It's very cute. Let's see what we're working with. Oh my gosh. Oh. I was not prepared. Did I just enter a different dimension? Do you hear that? Are those angels singing? Holy moly. Do you see this color? Oh, okay, hold on. It's the softest pink with millions of gold glitters. It looks stunning. And this, to think that this wasn't the color that I originally wanted. I wanted the little carton of ice cream in ice, but it was sold out everywhere. I couldn't find it. And so I got the next shade up, which was frozen, and I can't imagine it being more beautiful than this. The volume in this bus is astronomical. I mean, speaking of Twilight, hello Cullen family, here I am. I am a sparkly vampire just like you guys. Now I have to do the tiny details like my nose and the corners of my eyes and my cupid's bow, and I'm going to go with this one because it's less pink than this one. It might show up darker on my nose and in the corner of my eyes, if that makes sense. Like there will be a streak rather than just a shine. Not sure if that makes sense, so good luck making sense of that. Oh my gosh. Got almond milk? Uh-oh. It did the thing that I was talking about. When the light hits it, it's nice and shiny, but when the light is not on it, it just kind of leaves a streak, but that's no problem. I can just blend that out. I hope you see what I see. I'm not over it. I don't think there is any getting over this highlight. Do it for the gram. I am used to doing it for the Vine. That is very strongly embedded in my soul, but I'll try doing it for the gram. Inside of the palette in this lower corner, it says #GotMilf, and then check out this white spillage. Ugh, I should call him. These colors are so pretty, and I'll show you in a second because earlier I swatched them on my arm like a true makeup person. Every color swatched like I just dipped my finger in butter and wiped it off on my arm. If I had to pick a favorite, it would have to be this mysterious purpley turquoise color. I also like the color shift in this one from green to brown. It looks like hazel eyes. I'm going to add the tiniest bit of foundation to my eyelids to act like an eyeshadow primer. I don't think I've ever owned an eyeshadow primer, and I never remember to buy one, but then I figured that this method works so well, is it really necessary? I guess what I'm asking is eyeshadow primer life-changing, or is it just like okay? One of those makeup products that's nice to have, but you really don't need it. Let me know. Okay, before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and add some translucent powder under my eyes first. This is for Fallout Boy. Of course, one can avoid this step entirely if they just start with their eyes first and then do their face makeup. But would you look at the time? It's dumb bitch hour. I would now like to take this time to circle back to the topic of Robert Pattinson. So I rewatched the entire Twilight saga, and then of course I started to watch every single interview ever over the past 10 years of Robert Pattinson on YouTube. I'm going to add this bad boy into my crease. I wish I could add Robert Pattinson into my crease. These eyeshadows, by the way, are doing the work for me. It's like I just have to lay them down as if they're pre-blended. I'm going to spice things up with some red. I'm gonna put this color on my outer corners. pop of color, I'm going to try my favorite color, the turquoisey one, and I think that might look pretty with my shirt. I like to first stamp it on with my finger and then perfect it with a brush. Wow, I get to wipe this away now. And for the lower lash line, I'm just gonna go in with this dark color again. I notice that whenever I start talking about boys, I'll see comments like, someone get this girl a boyfriend. And the thing is, I am so uninterested in 99.9% of men. I'm just saying you can be a thirsty girl while also being single by choice. And unless I meet my equivalent to Robert Pattinson or Logan Lerman, he's also had my heart for so many years, it's just going to be the single life for me. Besides, that's what my dreams are for. I get the men of my dreams in my dreams. But I think about how my mom didn't get married until she was 49, I think. And I figure I might as well beat that by waiting longer to get married, maybe forever. I also think about how I'm already so lucky to have the best family in the world. I wouldn't be surprised if I met my quota. Like, I'm tapped out at already having the best people in my life. There's no room for any more. Half of the things I've been saying in this video, I'm not sure if I should be saying out loud, but they're flying out of my lips anyways. I would now like to introduce you to the cutest eyeliner packaging of all time, and it says, for wings that don't suck. That's a lot of pressure, no promises. Here you go, gummy. Oh. There we go. Let's look at the tip. It's a felt tip. So the eyeliner dries with a shine to it. It isn't a matte formula. I definitely prefer matte, but let's not knock it till we try it. Wish me luck. The formula is very shiny, so it almost looks like the eyeliner is still wet. And for some reason, they feel kind of plasticky. Like, I can feel my wings on my eyelids right now, especially when I blink, there's a little bit of a pull, and that's not usually a sensation I feel. However, the pen was nice and juicy, so I did like that. Now it's time for mascara eyelash icing. It's a squishy tube of mascara. That is a very unique experience. I look at this and I don't see how a wand is going to come out of it, but then a wand comes out of it. The eyes are done and I like how they turned out. I'm so relieved. I think the lashes did a good job at balancing out the wings, so now I am happy, I am content, and it's time for lips. It's perfect timing because all of my lip balm has already soaked into my lips and they need a drink. Oh, it's one of those tips that has the hole in the middle. Let's do this. It doesn't grab a whole lot of product, so I'm going to do multiple swatches. This color I would grab on an everyday basis, and it's super comfortable. There is zero stickiness when I smack my lips together. It's just smoothness.
Pause everything. I just noticed that there is a prayer on this setting spray.
The prayer of a sweet lover. Now I lay my brush to beat. I pray this sleigh is one to keep. I put my trust in you, Grace, to help me keep my cake face. Hashtag pray then slay. Amen to that. It has a cakey smell to it. The sweet, sweet smell of holy water.
I love a continuous setting spray.
Thank you so much for watching me cake my face, and especially thank you for watching the ads on this video. That goes for all of my videos, but especially this one. And I will be seeing you very soon. A little bit too soon, like tomorrow. And here is all the love just for you.